Hey, I'm TJ Schwanke. Welcome to Outdoor Quest TV. On today's episode, we're headed to Mongolia. Now, we were supposed to be hunting with this Tikka Rough Tech in 6.5 PRC, but for some reason, which we're still trying to get to the bottom of, Air Canada decided not to allow us to travel with the rifle. So thankfully, our outfitter Ari had a camp rifle we could use. Join us in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. We're camped right at the base of the mountains here, so apparently we're going to go sight the rifle in. We're going to head kind of out in the plains a little bit, sight the rifle in. We had a long drive yesterday. We flew into Ulaanbaatar 2 days ago. I spent the night there, did a little bit of touring there, and then yesterday our 8-hour drive took 12 hours to get here. We got here quite late last night, so this is actually our first look at where we're going to be hunting, but pretty excited. But we're going to go grab our guide, our interpreter, rifle, go out, sight it in, and then we're actually walking right out of camp up those mountains looking for Gobi Ibex. Well, we got the rifle all sighted in, and we're just going to head up. We're just going to walk up behind us here on the mountain.
Yeah.
And then once we get up there, we'll just move along the top.
Move along, travel, search the area, find where the Ibex are located.
Okay. This is quite a long mountain by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of all day up there.
Long mountain, but our travel distance not that far.
No, okay.
It's gonna be short hike.
Okay. It's okay for a fat guy like me. Yeah. So we're about halfway up this valley now. Once we get up top, there's like a bunch of side valleys kind of off of these mountains. I imagine those Ibex will be sitting out of the wind today, so we'll just keep working, work glass, and hopefully we find a big Ibex. Ari was saying the Ibex average around 34 to 36 inches here, so the Gobis are definitely smaller than some of the other subspecies, so that's kind of what our goal is, to find something in that 36 to plus range. He says the camp record is 39, so we'll see if we can break that today. So as you can see, it's pretty flat and open all around us. This is kind of an isolated mountain, just out here in these big Gobi Desert plains. And they typically hold like a lot of animals. I know I've hunted similar terrain in the Yukon and Mexico, so they're kind of neat to hunt. I mean, the Ibex aren't trapped here by any means. They can be across that plain in 5 minutes, but it's they will stay here though, unless they're really pressured. So it looks like it's about 3 or 4 miles long. And just, you can see there's tons of valleys and little side valleys and lots of rocks and crags, so lots of good places for them. Apparently there's not much for predators right here either, so they're pretty safe up here. So if you gotta be an Ibex, it's not a bad place to live.
The hunt is about the journey.
And that journey has taken us across 6 continents.
But we still love to hunt right here at home in Canada.
Join us on season 26 of Outdoor Quest TV. Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Sacco and Tikka Firearms, demand perfection. Zeiss, we make it visible. Loa Boots, simply more. Silver Willow Taxidermy, see the difference. Closed captioning provided by Deluxe Wall Tents, made in Canada for Canadian conditions.
So we just spotted a couple of females over here. They were just kind of walking along at the top of a grass ridge there, and one bedded down and then got up again and started walking. I think they're out of sight now, but I got a pretty good look at both of them, and I'm pretty sure they were both females. So, but pretty cool. First Gobi Ibex I've ever seen. So we just spotted another 9 females and babies there, so there's definitely lots of ibex around. Bakhtar decided he wanted to look through the Zeiss instead of the ones he was looking through. He said, "You're spotting too many ibex." It's pretty cool. We've seen 13 so far, and there's a huge eagle flying through here a minute ago, and it's probably the only real predator that these ibex have. They'll certainly take the babies, no problem. But this is all kind of farm or ranch country through here. There's sheep and cattle and horses and camels and everything else. I think the wolves are pretty much kept at bay here. So, and there's no snow leopards down this far, so they have pretty easy living other than the eagles. But lots of babies there, which is a great sign. And it means there's males here somewhere. I think that's how it works anyways, isn't it? Males, females, babies. So Bakhtar was saying that the rut should start here in about a week or two. So anywhere there's females, there's probably going to be some males, closer by. They've kind of been in their bachelor herds all summer, but they'll start moving in towards the females. So we're going to go over there and see if any boys are sniffing around. So cool. There's a male. 2 males.
Oh yeah. Young?
I'd say yeah.
Okay. You see there's something, is that a female to the right as well?
Yeah, there's 3 of them up there. I think 2 are males. 2 males over there. They don't look really big, but nice to see. You can see the females now. It looks like all the males went over top. So I don't know, the one we saw didn't look super impressive, but it'd be good to get a closer look at him. I kind of want something that's got that going on, so we'll see what happens. So we kind of did a big horseshoe around to get across from the ibex we were watching, and just kind of as we got here, they all went over the ridge, so we can't see them anymore. But we just spotted another group that's just bedded up in a saddle. Looks like there's a couple decent males in it. It's kind of hard to say exactly what's there, but they're all laying down and kind of either away from us or just at an angle you can't really see. But a couple in there that definitely have some possibilities. But it seems like there's a lot of ibex over on that ridge. Right now we're about 450 yards away, so a little far, but we're getting closer. Pretty cool though. It's just walking all these ridges, and it's steep, nasty, ugly country up in here, and that's what those ibex love, is just this steep stuff. And They kind of bedded right in that saddle, though. They can kind of see everything, which is typical of virtually every mountain animal. But they just kind of get up there and they can watch and see the whole world. Looks like a nice shale saddle, though. They probably dug some beds out there and are really comfortable. Well, we're sitting in the sharp rocks watching them. I wonder who the smart one is.
Outdoor Quest TV is brought to you by Defense Aerosols, bear spray for when your life depends on it. Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine. Midland Radio's communication for every adventure. Now, I'd really recommend getting the highest quality binoculars that you can afford. I mean, you're going to be looking through them all day and your eyes are going to appreciate it. And that's the great thing about Zeiss is they offer 4 different lines to accommodate every budget. And at the lower end of the line are the Terras. And the next one up is the Conquest HDX. And I look at this as the real workhorse of the line. It's got great quality lenses and still quite affordable. Next up is fairly new from Zeiss is the SFL line, and a lot of people are falling in love with the glass in these binos. Now, Vanessa and I both use the Victory binoculars, and we use this 10x42 RF bino, and it's a range-finding bino. We really like to have the bino and rangefinder in the same package on our chest when we're mountain hunting. Now, the great thing about high quality glass is you get high light transmission through it. So you don't need to go to the giant objective lenses to get enough light to be able to see in those shoulder hours. So, this 10x42 is perfect and it keeps the weight and bulk down. Glassing for these Ibex in the shadows in the Gobi Desert has been extremely challenging. And without good glass, there's no way we could be doing it.
You can't see them, like they ran behind. They're coming up that same valley. That's why those Ibex are looking down. So there's Ibex all over. We've been sitting here for about 35 or 40 minutes. And everybody was looking at these far Ibex. And I was going, yeah, there's a male. That male looks good. And they were like wondering, how can you tell that far away? But there's a whole bachelor group just 400 yards away. So once I get everybody on those, it was good. And then, yeah, there was another group probably 400 yards past them, and then I just saw what looked like a big male several hundred yards to the right. All of a sudden he took off running to the left, and that's when those ones stood up, or some of them did, and looked down. So definitely lots going on. We're in a good position to watch them. I don't know how good of a position we're in to shoot them, but if I had the Tika here, I'd be a little more confident. But we're going to go back around and try and get up above them and just got a little better look, see if we can get down into those draws a little more than we can't see from here. But I don't know, the wind's kind of settling out now and it's not going to be great, so we'll have to be careful of that. Maybe the thermal's kind of working in our advantage all morning, but 11 o'clock now, so it's blowing that way. We're going that way. Well, we made a big move from the other side, came all the way over here through a couple pretty deep valleys and burned breakfast off, that's for sure, but kind of came over the top here, and the wind, as I suspected, was not good, and we just came over in time to see that group of males bugging out at Mach 100, so we're just kind of letting everything settle a little bit now, and hopefully we'll start spotting again. It's kind of getting the heat of the afternoon here, so imagine everything's probably going to bed down, so we'll just have to maybe have lunch and keep watching. But I don't think they'll go far, but it's far enough to spook them, so we'll just have to kind of be a little more careful next time. The wind is so unpredictable in these mountains, though, but kind of once those morning thermals are gone, you always have the wrong wind, it seems. So day 2 on our Ibex hunt, and Ari, you were off hunting Ibex in the Altai, and then you were hunting gazelle yesterday, and now you're done, so you're joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, we're happy to be here. So Ari is our outfitter here in Mongolia, and what's the plan today?
Well, we want to go climb up this mountain and then try to find an Ibex, and then
same thing as yesterday.
You made some, the scouting yesterday, and probably you'll know what to do and where to go.
Yeah, well, we saw 11 males yesterday together,
And there was 2 in there that looked good. We didn't get close enough to get a good look, but I think,
Got that check it in.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll head up there and see what we can see.
Yeah.
Well, we've been sitting here a couple hours now, and just every once in a while you'll see some ibex appear. It's just there's so many dips and folds and things out there that they're hiding in. But this is where we saw about 50 ibex here yesterday, so we know they've got to be here. And I don't know, we've probably seen 20 or so this morning. Just the 2 billies so far. But we saw that group of 11 yesterday, and we're trying to see if we can locate them again. But now, one of the tricks when you're mountain hunting, of course, is dressing in layers. And right now I've got 5 layers on top, but you need those good base layers that wick moisture away from your body and dry quickly. And you got the insulation layers in between, and on top you need something that cuts the wind, and that's what's really cold today is the wind. The sun's gorgeous, but the wind is really cutting. So I didn't have my frost light on earlier. I was getting cold, and the second I put it on, I was warm. So it's not really so much an insulation layer. It does provide a bit, but it just cuts that wind. So probably sit here a few more hours yet. You just never know. Once they pop up, then we can plan a stalk. But just to go walking around right now really is kind of pointless. And every 15 minutes or so we see some new ibex, and we just gotta find the big ones.
This segment is brought to you by Stony Creek Hunting Gear. It's in the blood.
We know there's ibex here somewhere. We just can't see them right now. There's a big mound that we glassed from a few miles away. We just worked our way over here now, so see what we can see. There's got to be ibex here, though. Well, we got to the furthest mountain here that we can go to, so we know there's ibex over here. We saw quite a few of them from way over there, but they're hiding in the rocks, of course. Maybe in the shade somewhere now, but we're just going to sit here for a while and see what we see. There's a whole bunch of bearded vultures flying around here, and Ari said when you see those, there's ibex nearby usually, so we'll just sit here for a while and see what happens. Well, the only problem with walking a long ways away is you have to walk home. So, I don't know, we walked a long ways today and got right to the end of the mountain range. Saw one quick glimpse of a younger billy that just wasn't what we were looking for. So now we're back and walking back. But remember I talked about dressing in layers? It was cold this morning. I had every layer I owned on, and now I'm one step away from being naked. So it's layers are good. So we're just headed back to camp here. It's been a long, long day, and spotted a pretty good billy over here with a younger one, and then Ari just spotted another one here he wants me to have a look at. So it's about 4:45 right now, and it gets dark about 6:30, so we're definitely pushing time. They're probably in 40-45 minutes away if things went really well. The same group as yesterday.
5 billies.
This one's quite a bit smaller, isn't he, than the one up higher? Yeah,
They
there's,
jumped out and then run, you know. They run that way.
well, we were going to make a move on that we thought was a smaller one, and all of a sudden a bunch more ran out. There's 16 in that group total there, and there's 2 good billies in it. I'm pretty sure it's that same group that we saw yesterday. There was 2 good billies in it, but they're moving. Unfortunately, they're moving the wrong direction for us, but I don't know if we got time now. But good thing is, like, I mean, we're hunting like not a huge area here by any means, and we spent all day looking for them and couldn't find them, and then all of a sudden they're, you know, a couple kilometers from camp. But it's good to see them.
He's laying down.
He's laying down. Okay. I see him. Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
For more information on hunting in Mongolia with Ari Anand at Natural Inn Outfitters, check them out online at natural-in.com. Outdoor Quest TV is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.